Hello, Grifters. Welcome back to some more Griftlands. We are about to fight a Crimson Drusk, the boss fight of day 3, just before we ended the previous episode. Let me check this thing out. What is this? We get a Drusk core that hits all enemies and expends whenever we use it. It's a pretty damn good attack card. Alright. I don't know what to expect of this one. You can have a social pain and a social boom with it. Interesting. Alright, let's see how this works. It looks like from that imagery that it's not alone. You charge. Fair enough. And we have some helpers. We have the bodyguard or the doorman, door person from the bar. And another of the same class, Smuggler Vo. So they're both healers, which is amazing. Basically me and Bubbles are gonna be just fine from this fight. Oh, I have seen these guys before. I don't remember when, but I have for sure. So brings their partner back to life if they have died. And that's the same over here. Brings their partner back to life if they have died. I think once. And that's how you beat them. They can only do it once. I hope that's accurate. They're both doing area attacks. Okay. So Bubbles will dodge the first attack and then tank almost the entirety of the next attack. He will in fact, because he puts up a bit of defense when he does his thing here. Meanwhile, these two are doing some buffing things on us. So I don't think I have to worry too much about defensive stuff in this turn. We have no use for the prototype drone because our team is full. We could do triage to keep the power here. Get rid of the temporary power debuff. That is an interesting prospect. So this is a very interesting turn. I'm really not sure how to start this whole shebang. Let me think it through. We also have the combat gauze to do the same as the triage might do. But it would get rid of the tipsy as well, which is not a big deal, but I suppose it's nice. I would like to play the sharpen, but it's only going to be for 2 attacks. Lucid Rummage would overdraw me right now. I'm pretty sure I need to spend something before I play Rummage. I'm gonna do the triage, but I'm thinking about whether I could get other debuffs that I could get rid of again before I play it. So it's not the one I want to open with. That's 2. Then I would love to do the Lucid Rummage at some point, but not yet. The next thing that we will do then is Strange Stab to get the Boosted Seeker out of the hand. And so let's just do that as the first thing. Not doing Enduring Sharpen in this turn. I think we have too many other things to spend actions on. This thing doesn't have defense, so we're going for that one first. Boosted Seeker out. Now I definitely have enough defense for the turn. Then we'll play Lucid Rummage. And we can expend a card. Which is a tricky one. I don't know. Maybe we'll go for just the combat gauze. The prototype drone. It's interesting because if I expend it, I don't think we will lose any of our teammates in this fight. So expending it is probably fine. It's just going to fill in the combat hand. I'm hoping that we don't have to play it. Alright. We had no other ways to get temporary power this turn. Crushing Blow would also be nice, but again, I'm just holding it for another turn. Promoted Dirty Fighting. We can gain 1 power for free for the rest of the fight. Gonna get that. And then do the triage. Getting rid of the temporary power loss, and then we will continue to have the 2 extra power throughout the fight. I'm hoping that is an okay play. Toxic Fumes and Volatile Spark. See, now I should have saved the triage because it can get rid of those cards later. Orbing hits all enemies. Okay. Carapace. Here's the extended accuracy, which is amazing with the Drunken Master. Let me play that. We also draw a card. They just keep doing area attacks. That's pretty scary. It's gonna get really nasty at some point throughout the fight. Again, the dog will take no damage here, so I'm kind of okay with it. And these guys will continue to heal us. Rallying Howl from the dog means more actions this turn. This one does maximum damage now, so of course we're playing it. We can do a wound first. No discard at all available now. Yeah. Wound first. Then Drunken Master. We can give him some bleeding. Yeah, let's add that on to the ongoing bleeding. And then a bit of healing for myself, I think. And some defense. Not a lot. But it's fine. So far the battle isn't going too bad, but it's gonna be bad later. All these status cards here are gonna be messing me up hard when we shuffle the deck. We can now add 3 wounds for the War Vial, alright. Here's a rummage. Nothing really to discard. I think I will play the Leech this turn, just to play it and get it out of the hand. It's kind of like getting 3 defense as well, which is fine. We're not playing this 2 carapaces anyway. So, can I put more bleeding on? No. Makeshift dagger up here. Leech. Destroy after 2 uses on this one. Okay, but we don't have to play it. We have other stuff to spend actions on. The Stone Surge will be my final play. We can already get all the defense we need, but I'm gonna keep going here. And again. Stone Surge, and that's it. At least they're doing single target attacks this time. These guys are nasty. Gain 4 combo on the War Vial. That's definitely not what we want. Here's the Shadow Mastery. Let's get that online. Drawing me some more cards. Good. Promoted Slice is the more cards we use, the more damage it does. And so we will be using that this turn. I wonder if you kill them in the same turn, would they just die, both of them, and not be able to respawn? That would be interesting. I am not sure. I'm gonna put a wound over here. There's a lot of attacks incoming there. So now I am gonna be playing some defensive stuff on myself. Probably just both. Then comes the question, do I play the Letter Opener? For the optimization of the... If the target has 5 or more bleed, apply 2 impair. And I wonder if that is after. It seems like this comes first and then the 5 bleed question comes up after. So then it should apply 2 impair to whoever I give it to right now. I'm hoping that is accurate. This one also applies to impair, which is great. I'm gonna go ahead. And then we'll see if it applies impair up here. It does. Amazing. That's really good. So we're definitely doing good work, and I'm not taking a whole lot of damage myself. My 2 allies here are, and the Bubbles that no longer is doing evasions. This Ogre Dusk is now doing a thing, and I'm always scared with my opponents does things. Take 4 damage. If ignited by Volatile Spark, take 14 damage. Interesting. Expend. Volatile Spark. At the end of your turn, ignite all toxic fumes in your hand and expend this card. I see. So I would love to get rid of them. I will take damage, but you can tank that if you put up some defense first, usually anyway. You get 8 health over here. Lifter Claw. We could do the Little Claw. And if it can play a triage, we might be golden here. Oh boy. All the status cards were then removed. Heck yeah. Yep, all the yellow cards are gone that we had gotten from the first shuffle of the deck. So that was a good play, I think. Alright, that makes me feel good. So now we just wanna play the 2 cards here that needs XP. That's 2 actions and then probably a Carapace. Probably what we should do. I'm gonna try to murder them in the same round if I can get away with it. So I'm attacking over here now. Oh, in that case the Vine Launcher can't decide, but it hit the right one. Good. Leaving me with 1 action. To do a Carapace. Yeah, it's what it's for. So what are you doing? Just defense? Okay, but then they go into the area attacks again, and so does this one. Okay. So lots of damage being pushed out here. This guy is defending me, or guarding or whatever, so I don't need a lot of defense. Rock, Bubbles the Rock needs a little bit. Orbing here hits all enemy targets. Still not really what I want from it. It is an attack that could apply the Bleed from the Enduring Sharpen. That might be okay. Yeah, Enduring Sharpen. War Vial. That draws a card. Here's the Rummage. We're not drawing enough cards that benefit off of being discarded, which is kind of sad. But now I'm getting temporary power out of discarding cards here, which is great. And we can continue to build that by playing War. But this one does 2 wounds, so it should go first. Am I impaired? Oh, I'm impaired. I see. Okay. Discard a card here. I'm just gonna go get rid of the defense. Now I can play the Promoted Slice. This one does more damage to us, I feel. Yeah, it's got the higher numbers all around, so I'm gonna impair that with the Promoted Slice. But I could play the discarded Strange Stab, discard this Power Supply, then play Vial of Slurry, and then play the Promoted Slice. Do I want to use the Vial of Slurry just for that? I don't think it's necessary. We're doing so well in this fight. I'm just gonna keep the Vial of Slurry around and do the damage. So let's see how much I get guarded for. 8. Okay, taking 2 damage then. Or we get all the bad stuff again. Now this one's dying in this turn. Yeah, holy moly. So now we just want to kill the other one, and then we would killing them both in the same round, hopefully making them unable to revive one another. Do the Rummage. Now it's getting tricky here. We'll expend the Carapace. Everyone is attacking. This one does good damage, but not quite enough. A wound. Yeah, that will kill him. Interesting that it's not showing that up top, but it should be a kill, this one. And then the other one's also dying. And so we'll figure out now whether this works. Yeah, they're both dying. Huh, it worked. Nice. And we get the Dusk Core. Make a negotiation card. Appeal to Reason. Cost 1 less for each influence you have. Now, Caprice. Caprice is always great. It's a really good way to evoke as well, because you play this hostility card, then you get another hostility card that costs 1 less. And you can get upgraded or to random. 2 random. Oh, nice. You get even more. So it's a really good way to trigger the evoke, and it is just a great card. Airtight is also a great card if you're playing a diplomacy deck, which we are not. So we'll get the Caprice. Pick a battle card, any card. Okay, good cards here. Resonance. Whenever you improvise a card, a random enemy gains 1 resonance. I forgot what. And then resonance whenever a card is improvised, lose 1 health. But yeah, we don't do improvise at all. Waylay, gain 8 defense and insert 2 blade flash cards into your hand. That's a great card, because it combos off of playing more cards, which we do more. We play 3 cards by playing this 1, basically. That's great. And we can continue to just put more blade flashes into the deck all the time. This is an amazing card. Jesus, okay. And discharge is also good, but I mean, I want this one here, so go for that. Did any of its blood get on you? Something said something about warts. I hate to say it, but that switch had a point. Imagine that thing running loose in Murder Bay. Speaking of, you're not supposed to be here, Hunter. What was it you wanted? Oh, just that package there. That all? Here, take it. You better push off before the reinforcements arrive. Good idea. See you around, hopefully ward-free. Alright. Good stuff. So I think by winning that other negotiation in the previous episodes that opens the quarantine, I think that we get to have the Dogmaster Vo there help in the boss fight, because he's happy that I helped lift the quarantine, and so that's why you want to do the big negotiation beforehand. Otherwise, there seems to be no other point, but it's fine. That's a really good reason to do it. So now we're gonna want to go to the roadside market, get a graft slot unlocked. In fact, let's go and talk to Fish first. She might have something to say. Give me some money, maybe. Give Fish the package. Pull up a seat. The stool's not too soggy. Here it is, Fish. 1 box of pure contraband. Just make sure you wash your hands after plugging it in. Wash my hands? Why? Don't worry about it. It's probably fine. You'd look good with a few extra warts anyway. You're a good kid, Sal. Now go on and get some rest. I'll get to work on this bar. Alright. Let's go and buy some stuff. Plucker the Thwop. Add more graft slots. I'm gonna go for a battle graft first. Even though we already have a slot and we have less negotiation grafts. It's also more expensive. I guess I should go for the negotiation. Dang it. And I did. Good as new. Yeah, cannot afford any more then. Alright. Not to worry. To sleep we go. Open. Nope. Go here. Rest in the back. Fish disables the alarm long enough for you to slip through the curtain. Home at last. Your bed calls to you. Look at Bubbles there in the background. Isn't he looking swanky? You worked too hard to stay up worrying. Sleep claims you quickly. Go to sleep. 2 new lovers, no new haters. Awesome. Get more likes than dislikes. The plight of the YouTuber. Something about the sunlight here feels like murky and thick, like a sludge tide. But there's no use sleeping in. You only just got back in the Griftlands and you've made yourself an enemy too powerful to ignore. Nothing for it but to forge ahead and hope you can make some allies to match. Alright. When you come out of your room in the morning, Fish looks noticeably uncomfortable. Hey Sal, you have a visitor. Oh. So, this is where you lay your head, is it? Can you recommend anything on the menu? Oh no, what brings you here? Didn't think you'd want to slum it up with me here at the Grog. Why not? Especially after I heard you were running an errand for me last night, down at the docks. Only I can't recall asking you to run an errand. About that. It's fine. You have your reasons. Besides, give it a few more days and I'll be name-dropping you. I've got an opportunity for you. A big one. I can't talk too much about it here. Besides, the clandestine angle is more fun. Come talk to me tonight when you're done with your other affairs. Do this one last thing for me and I'll get you into the auction tomorrow. So tomorrow's the big day, is it? You'd better get ready for it. I've got a couple more jobs you can do to prepare. Find me when the sun goes down, and I'll tell you what you need to know. On the 5th day, looks towards east. Alright. Oh, Patron Tumus. Oh, you don't hate me. Couldn't I just punch people in the face to make them hate me? That might be like a class feature of the final character. He's like a bar brawler, at least as far as I understand. It would be kind of cool if you could just like punch people to make them hate you, and then you get to kill them. Just saying, it would be fun. So, what is this up here? Challenging quest. A matter of faith. Braille needs your help returning Fridolin to the Hessian flock, one way or another. And it gives us a graft. Great. Private security. Nisha has heard of that the bandits are coming to rob her store and is looking for some help defending her property. Alright. Rise and shine. Brenda needs your help contacting local merchants who might be interested in buying stolen goods from the Grout Brog. And a 4th quest, alright. Also wants you to beat up Beebus, but keep the violence covert and be careful not to kill him. Obviously, that one we cannot do. We are going for a matter of faith, obviously. It's got the highest reward. Bystander Braille. Braille gulps brine and breathes salt like he spent one too many cycles dunking for Hesh. Didn't think my day would involve a grifter dealing. You shouldn't have invited me then. I hear you're looking for some muscle. Tell me, do you walk in the shadows? I walk where I walk. Listen, if this is going to turn into a sermon, I suppose you'll say that's not what I'm paying you for? You haven't paid me anything yet. If you got the shills, I'll do what you need done. Just don't expect me to believe in it. Perhaps that's all one can expect in these trying times. Frinivin has been telling lies about Hesh, and people are listening. I need your help talking some sense into her. It says one way or another. I'm hoping I can get away with just killing her. For the money. Good. I know where Frinivin is holding court. I'll take you there and you back me up while I talk some sense into her. We're just going to talk. If we can. If that fails, well, I assume you're armed. Thought priests could only die by drowning. If Frinivin can't be turned, then she is drowned already. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Hackleback badge. Negotiate for a better deal. Indeed. Oh, he's only got 10. Resolve. I'm gonna need a little bit more money. Alright, they come in with low resolve, but then you gotta get these arguments away from them. This one comes with 11 and then 10. For a total of like 152 extra. So that sounds good for me. I would love that. How do we do it? Well, this is a bad starting hand. I can incept wanted. There's the promoted thinking, it might help. Ah, yeah, these are really bad cards. Okay. Promoted thinking did not help. Dang it. But vulnerability will help me deal more damage. It already deals 2 more over here. Good. So that's a start. Can I do any damage to this one over here that would really help? The answer is no. Dang it. Can't really do anything here. No. Except wanted. And I guess I can do a boosted lie. That's about it. Yeah, so we were unlucky and drew 3 evoke cards in this turn. That's nasty, but that's what happens when you play an evoke deck. Alright, so now we have a problem because this Wrath of Hesh is my first priority, and what we really want is to destroy these other arguments over here. So... and we can at least evoke, I think. But it's not looking good. And this is 10, we can do 8, and then probably destroy it. And then probably destroy the bonus stack here. Yeah. 9. Oh, because of the vulnerability, right. So the oppress will certainly punch through. But I might want to do the visionary threaten on here instead. Okay, good. Keep going. Nice. Stuff happened, and I like the assaults in general. But we're going to finish it now, which is kind of unfortunate. So we can only get rid of one of these bonuses. And then I'm thinking I want to do it with the flash badge to make sure that it happens. So 84 more shields on victory here. And that's it. Kind of low. Such is life. Can't win them all. Big negotiation card. Scorched Earth. Expend all non-hostility cards in your discard pile. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy for every argument. To an enemy for every card expended. And it is modified by dominance, so it might be okay. Tactical Mind is great. Keep Cool is also great. I think Keep Cool is probably better for us. Scorched Earth is not something you want to play all the time anyways. We can't really use it for evoking. We have so much draw in this deck, I don't want to get the Tactical Mind, even though it can become free. So maybe it is okay. Another defensive card would be nice. So I'm gonna grab that one. I love the Keep Cool. Fine, I'll give you an extra 84 shields if you finish the job. That comes to 219 shields. You better not fail. Alright, I won't. Don't you worry. Open map. And then we're going over here. You find Frinavin addressing a crowd of onlookers. The cult would have you believe Hesh is a loveless being, a creature of will and power alone. But Hesh does not make its presence felt in all our lives. But does Hesh not make its presence felt in all our lives? I keep stumbling over these sentences. Let's try that again. And is that not in itself an act of love? The noise from the crowd suggests Frinavin has given them something to think about. Braille pulls you aside. These are not Hesh's teachings. You must stop her at once. Hold up. Why would I be the one doing the talking? You're the Hessian, remember? Frinavin plies the crowd with promises of an accepting God. If I openly forbid it, the notion only becomes more tantalizing. You must undermine the sermon, lead them to doubt. What does it matter anyway? What's the harm in letting them believe that Jelly loves them? The abyss cannot be courted by its supplicants. It's the first time I've heard being referred to as the abyss. The metaphorical portal deep beneath the Deltrian Sea, from which Hess is said to manipulate the fates of those on land. It's very Lovecraftian. I love this. Alright. Hesh is unknowable. To fool themselves only takes them further away from enlightenment. Perish the thought. The unnameable is a thing in the Lovecraftian lore, so again, another Lovecraft reference. Alright, let me talk to her. You make your way to the front of the crowd. Yes, I can see from your face that you have questions. Indeed. Sucker punch, Frinavin. Or talk. Not a question per se, more of a statement. And it's just her. I thought maybe she would have her followers join, but that's great. Should be easy enough. A single Hessian priest in combat is really easy usually. They don't do all that much. We can summon a drone to help out. Duncan Master. Good stuff. One more action. Yeah, I'll hold off. Just because I want to get XP on stuff. Bubbles is going to tank that hit with his evasion. Let me do some rummaging. Anything here that needs discarding? No. Oh, that expends it, right. Whoops. So let me expend this one here. And then play Waylay. And then, I don't know, play the Dusk Core, sure. Good old evasion. We can play the Leech just to get XP on it again. Wild Lunge for the same reason. And then I'm not doing any more. Oh, so now she's doing damage to bubbles here. But she's down to 5 HP, so if I just get any hit on her, she should die. And I think, yeah, we have it already. Let me do Lucid Rummage first. Okay, nothing that needs XP here. I don't see any way to draw more cards. No, alright. Murder time. And we'll let the followers do it so that I don't get the hate. Good stuff. Another religious debate won by the glory of the fist. Hessian Amulet. Boost the clamp, levels up. Alright. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Into gain 1 action and draw 2 cards at the start of your turn. Wow. That's a big deal. Wow. And I was talking about how we need more draws. There you go. Awesome. And another Crushing Blow. I mean, we gotta take the Crushing Blow. Costs your whole turn, but it's worth it if you stun the opponent. Fridolin slumps to the ground, and the gathered crowd shrieks in outrage. Looks like you turn the congregation into a mob. Defend yourself. Okay. Well, there you go. So, let's deal with the religious mob in the next episode. So, see you then, guys, and bye-bye.